Welcome to Sister Sesh, the podcast where two stoner sisters, Alicia and Kat, guide you through the highs and lows of life, relationships, and sisterhood. Grab your joint, settle onto the couch, and join these two hilarious sisters as they share their unique experiences and laughter-inducing perspectives on a variety of topics. Get ready to light up and let the Sister Sesh begin.
Podcast. It's Kat here. There's Alicia somewhere around here.
Right here.
Right here. Roll call.
What's up, guys?
We're like, this is a true wake and bake because you just woke up. I'm starting my day.
I did just wake up.
Yep, just a fucking wake and bake. Though.
Yeah, my neck hurt and all.
Last week's episode got a lot of beautiful and loving support, so thank you guys. That was a tough one to edit. It was a lot to deep dive into. What do you have to say? Because it was all about you. You really gave a lot of yourself.
I think that's crazy.
You gave a lot of. Well, yeah, you're still going through the situation now, but I think you gave a lot of your true self out to the world. You're like, here you go. Here I am. Fuck you if you don't like it.
Pretty much.
Which when ready to release the last week's episode, I was hesitant. I was like, this is going to go one of two ways. Either we're going to get really great support because we have wonderful listeners and everything, or someone's gonna be an asshole and say something. Nobody was an asshole and said anything. Everyone just really loved that you were raw and open, and kind of appreciate that in a way. Probably felt liberating for you, and didn't it?
Like that. Yeah, it was just
So now where do things stand?
Well, now my dad wants to kick me out. He says I got to the end of the month, which sucks because my birthday's the end of the month. So why would you kick me out right after my birthday?
Like 2 days after my birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which can we talk
I gotta
about?
call this housing authorities to see if he can really kick me out. Oh. He's like selling out his shit, so I feel like, he's gonna get a new apartment soon. So, there's that.
Yeah, your birthday is coming up. Can we talk about, oh my God, Alicia, you turned 20. 20 years old. Oh, we will be officially, every couple of years or so, we are exactly 8 years apart. This is the year we become exactly 8 years apart again.
Yep. And then I'm supposed to go to California Adventures.
Yeah, your girlfriend's taking you out. How was that? So like you have a whole time.
She broke my necklace. Have you noticed I'm not wearing my necklace?
How dare she?
Bitch broke it.
Or like, damn.
No. She just likes to pull me.
Oh, you like that aggressiveness. Well, there you go.
She just likes to pull me. And it like, I was like, no way.
Like, look at my necklace.
So I gotta go get a new one. I got another new one. I gotta go get it fixed. So there's that. And then she wants to take me she has this whole thing. She wants me to take me to a nice dinner, but I gotta get dressed up.
Good. You guys should have a fancy night out.
Well, and I was like, it's just like, yeah, and yeah, let me take pictures. Yeah, let me take pictures and send them to your mom. I was that like, part. Whoa, right?
Yeah, no.
So then I tell mom, like her plan or whatever, right? And mom's like, she's like, yeah, but I want one with both of you guys. And so then I told her that, and then she was like, okay, for your mom, I'll do it. And I was like, it's just like, you're not gonna get it though. And I was like, my mom's gonna send it to me.
Yeah.
Like, so for real. I think it's real funny. She's funny.
Me, I've just been working really hard and getting burnt out. But other than that, that's just nothing. I saw the coolest shit on the internet because I kind of keep on things. But I don't even know who the fool is, but it sounds so cool when I looked it up because I saw it in a little article on my little like Google feed. And it's former NBA star Dwayne Wade. He released a cannabis only exclusive like box. It looks like a Sesh box.
Really? Dwayne Wade?
Former NBA star Dwayne Wade released a cannabis exclusive like box. So it's like a Sesh box. Snoop's done one in the past. There's a couple of other people have done them in the past, and the strains sound really cool. So
I'd try it.
Would you?
I didn't know Snoop came out with one. Snoop comes out with everything though. Snoop
does everything. Snoop does everything. I fucking love Snoop. So
he's universal.
Oh yeah, he's thinking legacy right now. Like he's in his legacy era. He's building a legacy. But Dwayne Wade, he did the Jester Hall of Fame box, and it with like leather basketball materials and everything else. But they worked on 3 strains together. It's called the Wade Rosie, the Flashberry, and a Red Punch. Canned with 1.3 grams of premium indoor flower pre-roll infused with live resin with a custom ceramic filter to optimize your smoking experience. What the fuck was that? So basically, it's some high and fucking pre-rolls and some weed wrapped all up in a nice little bow with a good filter. So it's basically a Sesh box. But would you buy one of those Sesh boxes? I would. But
probably not from Dwayne Wade, but like I feel like he's that's real random for him. Never
really, out of pocket. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I know Drake came out with one a couple years back. See, that was cool. It's like a one-time thing. I know.
Yeah, maybe, but like rappers. I get like rappers or like hip hop people.
What if Martha Stewart came out with one? She kicks it with Snoop.
Oh yeah, that's because she kicks it with Snoop. She you know.
Did you see the lighter commercial they did?
Martha Stewart's a down bitch, you know.
Oh my god, I saw an interview where they were talking about how her and Snoop became friends. There's asked Snoop Dogg, and he was like, "Yeah, Martha's an OG. She's gangster than me." She was telling him her prison story. She's like, "Oh yeah, all the girls would just give me their commissary," and she's like, "You a pod boss? Don't you know that?" Like, she's like, "Oh yeah."
Nah, yeah. Martha Stewart a G.
Yeah. It's very nice. I think that's cool. But the most
their cooking show was pretty funny too.
Oh yeah, because they had like it was like the early days of like Cocktails with Chloe and then like Martha Stewart's like cooking shows. So it was like both of those kind of things put together. So you have the guests over and they're trying all the food. It's like a dinner party, pretty much. Mm-hmm. But I grew up watching Martha Stewart on the Food Network with Grandma. And all her like elegant little chutskis and etiquette and all that. Yeah. But yeah, for Dwayne Wade, I don't know how long he's been out of the basketball game, but I would not see that. I can see if he did like.
They just retired his jersey. He did a real cute dedication speech to his dad. It was real cute. It was really cute. So he had his dad like walk up with him to to like put it on there. Yeah, she was cute. I saw.
Yeah, you would know more about the NBA. So when I came across this article, I'm like, oh, Alicia would know. This would be cool. I was thinking, out of all people, she might know who this fool is because I don't know who this fool is. But then I'm thinking, okay, those strains must sound really good though because they were curated like for him.
Yeah. Those did sound pretty good. What was it, like Red Punch, Wade Rosie?
So Wade Rosie, is that an indica or a sativa?
I had no idea.
Is it upper? Because it's usually most sesh boxes have 2 uppers, 1 downer, right? 2 sativas, 1 indica, unless it's first time. But in the near future, you and I need to go to like a cannabis event. Go to like freaking weed camp. It's like summer camp for adults. There's a girl on TikTok that mom sent me. She's like, you guys should totally, put that out there in the universe. I'm like, and a lot of big people go to her events. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's what's up. Yeah, I want to go to one of those events and shit like that.
Conventions? Oh my god. So what is the funniest thing that's happened to you recently?
Funniest thing that's happened to me?
Funniest thing that's happened. You want me to tell you the funniest thing that happened to me this week? Oh,
sure.
It happened to me 2 days ago. I'm a little butthurt and I'm salty about it. So I'm sitting on the couch and my daughter's sitting next to me. My mom's sitting in the recliner. And I get up to go get something and mom calls me, hurtling in the distance, right? Hurtling in the distance. And she's like, Kathy! So I come and I sit down and I get her what she wanted and I sit back down. You know what? Who's standing up on the couch? My daughter. She's going, Catty. Mom's like, did she just call you Kathy? I'm like, she just called me Kathy. She called me my fucking name. Mom's like, hey, what's her name? It's just Kat. I was so offended. I was like, it's Mama. My name's Mama. My name's Mama. Your name is your name. My name's Mama. Kat.
Because everyone calls you Kat.
And then she tried to say, well, my son calls me by my name because, that's all he's ever known because he's got 2 moms, stepmom, of course he's going to call me by my name. So I'm screwed because my other kid is calling me by my name. And I'm like, don't you dare call me by my goddamn name. And then later on that day, I started off my morning. I had to go to work. And my boss, he calls me by my full legal name. He goes, Catherine Delphina Henson. I need you to listen. I was like, oh, how dare you to call me by my government name? I was like, excuse me. He stopped me dead in my fucking tracks, too, because I walked around. He was like, excuse me? He goes, that's the only why I was calling you. You weren't answering me. I was like, because you're being an ass. Fuck. And my name is Mama. And at work, my name is Kat. Not the other way around.
Man, that ain't even your mom to be calling you by your full name like that.
Right? Totally right. I was like, excuse me? Like, you need to go faster. And I was like, excuse me? It's just you and me, homie? Nobody else is here. We're short-staffed. Get over it. Why are you looking at me? Don't call me by my name. It took me a minute, though, too. I was caught back. I was stunned. I was like, digging your throat stunned. Like, because I didn't know, I was taken aback. It took me a minute to process. I was like, and I told him, I was like, did you just call me by my, government name? And he was like, well, yeah, that's your name. And I go, don't ever call me by my first name ever again. Like, no. Like, ew. It was like, ew. I don't know. It's weird. I'm a weirdo. I just feel that my name is grammary. It's old. It's a classic name. It's a classic name. Yeah, Catherine, I feel, is like a classic name. But no, I feel like Kat's more like, spicy and seductive and prep. I don't know, more. And then Kathy is just nerdy and, but I am those things though.
I only call you Kathy. You will never catch me calling you Kat. You're either Kathy. You're just Kathy.
Willie doesn't call me Kat. Well, he does. He calls me Kat. He'll call me Kathy. When he's tries to pull it from, he goes, yeah, Kathy. And I was like, oh, don't you dare. He goes, why? That's your name. Your mama could call you. Exactly. My mama could call me that because my mama gave me that name. My mama ain't call me anything else.
Even hearing people call you Kat, I'm like, who is that? That's Kathy.
Well, after the first divorce, I just shortened it. It was easier. It's stupid logic. New name, new me. I just shortened it by like fucking 2 letters. And all my life I was known as Kathy. Kathy, go away. No. And I always wanted to go by Kat. So when I moved out here, I was like, no, my name's Kat. My name's Kat. And it didn't stick because my ex-husband at the time would always call me, they knew me as Kathy. So, this one fool, everyone knows me as Kat. New circles. And then there was that one year in 7th grade where I tried to go by my middle name. Oh, it never stuck. It was funny.
So I saw this TikTok. So I guess, I don't like my middle name. I don't like my middle name.
You know what's funny? That's what I wanted my daughter's middle name to be.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. Not my name. Not mine. Don't like it. Don't like it. So I never really told anyone my middle name. But you know how when people at school, they take the attendance up and they look at who has a funny name or whatever, or they look at their friend's name or whatever. So Destiny, she knows my middle name, right? And my other friend Celeste, she knew my middle. She's not my friend no more, but she knew my middle name, right? So I saw this TikTok. And it was like if her middle name's Renee, Marie, or Nicole, she's toxic as fuck, right? And then I realized like, does my bitch know my middle name? I don't think she does, right? So I text her. And I was like, do you know my middle name? And she was like, I don't know. I don't think so. And I was like, well, like, do you have like a guess? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, what is it? And she told me, and I was like, no, that's not it. And then I was going to tell her, right? I was going to tell her what my middle name. Huh?
What she think your middle name was?
I think it was, let me see. I think it was like Nicole or something.
Alicia, Nicole, ew.
I don't know. Or Marie or something. I think it might have been Marie. And then, I told her, I was going to tell her. But then she hit me with the, oh, but Celeste knows your middle name. And I was like, oh my God. So then it became a whole thing that, and I was like, but I'm literally about to tell you my middle name. Like,
yeah.
Cause I don't tell people my middle name. I told her, I was like, I don't tell people my middle name. Like, like people find it out.
Unless you know.
People find it out. No, people find it out. Like they'll look at papers and shit. But I won't openly tell someone, oh, my middle name is like blah, 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 blah. I was like, I was just about to tell you that. And I was like, so chill the fuck out. And it was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing for like 30 minutes.
My middle name is somewhat unique, but I thought it was cute though because Willie got Batten Gates 3, which is like Skyrim and fucking Dungeons and Dragons put into one. It's fucking awesome. And he chose the full nudity. Oh my God, it was fucking great. He was sitting there with his homeboy and his girl, like they were playing. His homies were playing, right? They're all playing, and he was like, I guess his home's girl was playing with them, and she was like, oh yeah, I turned off the nudity. He goes, no, turn it back on. You know that you can check 3 different vaginas and 7 penises. Pick the one you want. You might as well. I was like, so he always chooses a female character. He always designs his character to look like me. I don't know why. It just is what it is. And I was like, so which one did you choose? Which vagina did you choose? He goes, the one with the just a little head in the bush. And I was like, oh, that's very tasteful. He goes, yeah, I know. I thought of you. I'm like, fuck you. He names the character my middle name. He types it in and he's like, is that how you spell it? And I was like, you don't spell it with a PH, you spell it with an S. And he's like, all right, cool.
My girl's middle name's real cute.
Oh,
She left her ear. Oh, let me show her earrings.
Ooh.
She got these hoops that say her middle name. They got a heart. They're really cute. They're my favorite earrings of her. They say it's Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel. Ooh, that's pretty.
Airelle.
That's pretty.
Cute. I like her middle name. It's real cute.
My middle name is Delphina. Why would you? Why?
Maybe that.
It just means Daphne, I believe, in like Spanish.
It's dolphin.
It's dolphin. And my first name means pure. And my middle name means dolphin. I'm a pure fucking dolphin.
Dolphins are crazy though. Dolphins are wild. Dolphins are.
I know. Dolphins are horny.
They're like rapists, murderers. They're the worst of the ocean.
Yeah. No, killer whales are the orcas. Yeah. But yeah.
No.
I don't know whether to be like flattered or offended. Like, you know, because dolphins are smart. They do shit at the fucking aquarium. You know what I mean? Then they're also stupid too. So,
they're crazy.
Flip the coin.
Maybe they always knew you were going to be crazy. That's why they named you it.
That part. I think when most, I just don't know how to handle. I just have too many big emotions, and I when I feel my feelings, I feel them big, and I let everyone know that I feel that way.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna try to make the others feel that way because you're feeling that way.
I make it known that I feel that way. And I'm just like,
now with me though, I call you. See, everyone else, they be letting you have your little moods, and they don't be saying nothing. I love that. And I'm there. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to? Because you're not talking to me. Like, I'm like that. But everyone else, I'll be like, Kathy's in her mood. Let me shut up. No, don't shut up. Call her on her shit.
But that's always been our dynamic, though, because I have my personality, I believe it's very outgoing and like out there, but I hate people. Like, my anxiety inside is like, get away from me, stop talking to me. But I feel like if I have to like make myself known in a room so that you're not, you know that I'm there. And I don't have to. It's a weird thing. And I feel like part of it's like a coping mechanism because I'm like, I really want to just hide in a corner and be quiet. But something in me just can't just sit in a corner and be quiet.
I can sit in a corner and be quiet.
Yes, and so that's always been our dynamic. So when we've gotten into certain situations in our childhood, it's always been, shut up.
Remember when I threw a pot at you?
Huh?
Do you remember when I threw a pot at you?
It's just like a fucking whole like ceramic fucking vase pot.
Like the ones you make beans in, yeah. Yeah. It was your fault. It's funny because the other day me and my girl were talking and we were talking about how she used to beat her brother. Her brother used to beat her up sometimes.
But like, no, I used to beat up my big sister.
I was like, I used to beat up my sister. I was like, yeah, I used to beat her up pretty, you know? I was like, matter of fact, I threw a pot at her. I threw it at her face.
I didn't get stunned. I was like,
started crying. You're like, oh my God.
Like you hit me.
Yeah. I was like, you should have said I lost.
Because you're a sore fucking loser. You are a sore loser. You're the worst sore loser I have ever come in contact with. Mom and I were just talking about the other day because we were like, oh, you know, my son's getting older. He can, start playing board games and stuff because she wanted to get a certain game for them. And I go, oh, Mom, remember when we used to have to fucking give up on Monopoly and just let Alicia win? Yeah, because she's a fucking cheater. We can never play Monopoly because you'd get mad because Mom would buy up all the hotels and shit. And then you go and rob the bank.
I admit it, I'm a sore loser. I'm totally a sore loser. And it's funny because there's this one time where when I went to go live with my dad, me and this boy from the neighborhood were gonna race, and my cousin was Stephanie. She was like reffing it. She was reffing it, and I won. I 100% beat this motherfucker, and me and her were arguing. Me and her were arguing a little bit before, and she was like, "No, he won," and I was like, "No, the fuck he didn't." And she was like, "Yes, he did." And me and her started fighting. We started like, I was punching on her. She was punching on me. We was punching on each other. I had her on the floor. I was beating her. And my cousin comes out and he's like trying to tear us apart. And my grandpa, and I'm like hitting her. And she's like, and then my grandpa comes out and he's like, Alicia, like blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell your dad. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, tell my dad. And then I had to go to my dad. And then they sent me to my dad's room to like chill. But because don't play me like I lost when I obviously won. Like, come on now.
But you cheat half the time.
I don't
Any
cheat.
game I'm playing with you, except for when we play Cards Against Humanity, because you can't fucking cheat. It's just funny. You're drunk and stupid.
I don't cheat. It's just, if you're better, I'm gonna fuck up the board a little bit.
That's cheating, bitch.
No, see, I like hit the board on accident. Oh shit, where was mine? No, like
That's cheating.
but, yeah, Monopoly's hard though. Monopoly's so hard. Monopoly's hard as fuck. I don't get Monopoly.
You used to cheat at Sorry, too. Sorry's fucking easy. Fucking hate. You used to hate Trouble, too, because when you push the little button for the dice, you used to shake the fucking board when we played Trouble. Oh, no, it's not a 2. Look, it tilted into 6.
I do remember. And I hated Trouble because you couldn't, like, fuck with the dice because it was stuck in the little fucking thing.
So you would tilt it while it was, you're like, oh, when it would be on its side, you'd shake the board. Oh, look, it's a 7. Oh, no, that's a 4.
Yeah, I'm not a good loser. I will admit.
Or when you lose at Dance Dance Revolution, and you are like, oh, well, you know, it slipped.
See, I have anger issues too, though, so it's not my fault. It's not my fault. When I get angry, I be angry.
How do you deal with your anger? Like, how do you...
There's 2 ways. Okay, there's 2 ways. And only 2 people are able to get me to, like, physically hit something. Like, if I'm so mad, I have to hit... Only 2 people can do it. My bitch and my dad. Only 2 people make me want to punch something.
The 2 people you care most about.
And then, other than that, I'm quiet. Because when I'm angry, I don't give a fuck about people's feelings. I will go to the bowels of hell, you know? So I like to just shut up and bite my tongue and just sit there and just try to calm down, because I know if I say something, it's going to make it 10 times worse. And if they say something back to me, I'm going to go even further, you know? So I'd rather just shut up and just hold it and just, you know, like figure out. I like to have a minute to figure out, okay, do I have a reason to be mad? Like, or am I just tripping right now? And I have to, in my head, I have to decide that before I react. Because if I react first, it's going to be way, way worse. Because I do not handle my anger well. I rather just keep it and, you know, just deal with it.
I handle it in 2 different ways. I use either it's usually the first thing, which is I let it kind of pile up and pile up and pile up and kind of fill that teeter cup. So the next person who just says the slightest little comment, I have built all of that anger up from certain different situations because I shut down in those moments. So the next person would be like, hey, did you know you had a stain on your shirt? Well, what the fuck did it? I would just go off, which most likely is what I've been doing lately. And then the second one is either I shut down and I just want
solitude. You stress out a lot.
Because a lot of it is I feel like I'm not being heard when everyone hears you. You made it known. You're very loud about it. You're very passionate about it. I'm learning in this season of my life how to actively communicate. I'm very reactive. I'm not very logical. I will just kind of spout out the first thing.
See, I used to be like
passive aggressive though. I'm very, very passive aggressive to the point where it's like, okay, you hurt my feelings today. 2 days later, I'm gonna throw that back in your face. I like charging ammunition. Yeah,
I don't like to throw shit. I hate to throw shit in people's faces. I'd rather just shut the fuck up than throw something back in someone's face. That's me. I can't do it.
And I have a hard time letting the shit go. You know, and so you just harbor the same anger and anger and anger and anger until it's just exhausting. And you're like, okay, now I have no choice but to let it go.
Yeah, my anger. You know what's funny is because me and my bitch just talked about this. She's a very reactive person. She's gonna let you. She is gonna let you. You know what? I think that's probably why she's like likes you. She's probably why she
the more
likes
you sound like the more you portray her personality, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like me. How I approach.
She's real reactive. She's gonna let you know she's upset. You know, she's gonna let you.
Yeah.
And like our whole thing at Disneyland, right? She was real reactive with it. She was making a scene. And me, when I was mad, I just shut the fuck up. And I was just, dealing with it. I wasn't trying to talk to her, but she wanted me to talk to her. But I couldn't talk to her because...
But now, okay, so, but does that come from a place of not feeling heard? Like you didn't feel like you could say something?
No. It's more that I didn't want to say something to because I can be a bitch. Like, I can really...
You can be ruthless with your words? I
can really go there, Like, I can really go there.
Yeah.
And when I go there, sometimes there's no recovering when I go there.
Well, I think you and I have only gone there once, and I truly feel like that was the one and only time you've truly hurt my feelings.
What?
You called me pathetic.
When did I do that?
Oh, a couple times before you came here. We had a conversation, but that's fine. In this context of you calling me, it was more of like, it wasn't like to be rude or to be malicious in a way. It was during a time where I was in a really dark season of depression, and you're like, you're just so pathetic. Like, why are you just sitting here wallowing in your self-pity? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know if I use the word pathetic, but...
You're just like, you're worth more than this. Like, I don't get why you're just being like this. And I was like, and I'm trying to sit there. I'm like, well, I'm depressed and I just feel this way. And I'm going to therapy and I'm learning these things. And you're like, okay, Anne, good for you. You want a cookie? Like, it was because you had spent a whole matter of 3 weeks listening to me bitch and complain and moan and groan about how I'm depressed and I don't know how to get better. And then I took 2 sessions of therapy and I felt like I was fixed. So you got pissed off, which is great because you, like you said, you call me out on my shit. You make it real. Quitting, you're like, oh, you're not fixed now. Because I was like, oh, I had 2 sessions. I'm good.
What you doing with your therapy?
I quit therapy.
I think it's supposed to too, though. It helps you. Shows you out. Why not? Why are you black? Nah, for real, your screen's black.
You there?
Yeah, there we go. I see you.
Oh, okay.
Don't try to get out of the question.
What was the question? It dropped out.
Therapy. Why don't you want to go to therapy?
I don't want to go to therapy. I feel like right now, I feel every time someone mentions it at the moment, it just has a very sour taste in my mouth. I understand that eventually I'm going to have to go. I just have hated the fact that I've been in therapy from the time I was 4 years old, and I'm 28. I understand that I have multiple.
You know, you take your breaks.
Yeah, I understand that I have multiple mental illnesses. I get that. I've navigated, like I've shared in episodes, how I use cannabis to cope with it for some times. Because I don't want to take medication. I feel like I'm cool like that.
Well, that's fine. But, yeah. Weed's not the only
But like
thing.
you said, it's those breaks. When I went to therapy this time, I really went into it with full intention of actually fixing and getting to the root of things.
You don't like what you got into or what?
I got to a place where it was, I'm not ready emotionally to face that part.
So you ran away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough. And you admitted it. Fair enough.
But I understand that the tools and the things I had and how to communicate effectively with people around me on, hey, I'm working through something and it has nothing to do with you. It's just something that I have to work through. But in also working through those things, I have to also come to mom and be like, I need to know what your perspective was. Because for me, as an 8-year-old kid, and I just saw it like you left me. Well, I didn't see it as like you were hustling to put food on the table and you got arrested. You see that those things, I have to see it from her perspective. And sometimes that honesty hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're so wrapped up into the idea of this person hurt you in the way your perception was in those turn of events. So to learn the other side of it is very hard, because it was like, as a parent, I get it. You're going to do anything and everything to provide. And if that's all you know, that's all you know. That's just kind of how the cookies crumbled, right? I get that part. But as a hurt child, it's more of like, well, I just didn't feel wanted. I just felt like, why am I here? I feel like a waste of space. So I have to go through trauma therapy, and I have to work through my self-worth and those things. I get it. It got hard, though. Got to a place where I'm like, I'm good. There are things in my marriage that I'm working on. I'm working on communicating. I'm working on building that foundation, because I think we both him and I realized that we only got a good 10 years, and the kids are going to be gone, and they're going to be out of the house, and we're both going to be 40 staring at each other across the couch like, now what? It's just you and I. I don't know you, and you don't really know me, because we were just so busy going to work and hustling and taking care of our kids, just going through the motions. And that's what we're working on, is to get back to that foundation. And a lot of it is me. I've got to work on those things. So that's my focus. Therapy will come, because I'm going to hit a roadblock there too, where I'm like, all right, now I'm going to go to therapy. I get that. But I kind of want to learn how to walk on my own 2 feet. So I take those breaks, because I had to learn to have those skills, because I know that when I'm in therapy, I use that as my Achilles heel. My therapist said, right? So I don't want to be that way. I want to make sure that I'm cool and I'm good with what I'm doing, because I've put parameters in place, and it's kind of like when I bet you and your girl be like, this is what I need out of this relationship, and you tell her, and she tells you, well, this is what I need in return, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my partner has come to me, and I've come to him, and I was like, this is what I need from you. And they showed up, and they understood the assignment, and they did it. Oh, and they're in return, well, this is what I need from you. I haven't even tried. So now it's my time to learn and put the effort in and actually try.
Mm-hmm.
I give up on everything easily. I do. I start projects and then I don't end them. I'm very inconsistent, and like indecisive in what I want to do. Because in my mind, I think of like 20 different scenarios on which way it can go based on if you blow your nose or not. Like, that's like how my thought process is. And sometimes, instead of trying to think 20 moves ahead, sometimes you just only have to think about the next one. So what are things that you learned about yourself now being in a relationship? Are there things that you tolerate?
Actually,
Mm.
that I just learned that because before I would just spaz the fuck out. You know, I didn't really care about no one's feelings because I was upset. And you know, if I'm upset, you're gonna be upset. But then we got into our first little thing, right? And then
how did that go? Your first argument.
Our first argument happened before we was like it was pretty bad because I was out.
It was the fact when you didn't want to commit.
Nah. But I just didn't do it.
Wait, so you're not official? You're just exclusive?
We're it's complicated. It's complicated.
No, it's not.
Waiting on me.
That's your girlfriend?
She's
Alicia.
She's my girlfriend, but I just haven't asked.
I get it now.
I just haven't asked, all right?
She wants...
She's
rude.
I know, okay? I know.
Brought you flowers.
I'm working on it.
No. I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. It's complicated.
Oh, I'm telling mom on you.
Don't tell mom on you. Don't you tell mom on you.
Don't you tell mom on you.
Don't you tell mom on you.
Don't tell my mom. I'm totally...
I'm not telling you nothing if you tell...
Mom wants this later.
But, you see, it's... I don't know how.
What do you mean you don't know
I've been thinking about it for a while, but I don't know. No, just...
I don't think... Well, I don't really think Willie and I did. Then again, I moved in with him by the third date.
It's already known. Like, it's already known. Why I gotta ask, you know? But it's like, yeah, I gotta ask.
Because it's nice. It's the gesture. I think she just wants the gesture. She shows you big gestures and how she loves and cares about you. And she's just like, can you just give me this?
I know.
Something happened.
I know. Anyway, so our
because
first...
she knows that you're not good about the gestures. So, you know.
It's hard. I'm not really, you know.
Oh, no, I understand that too because I'm that's what I'm struggling with too, is my partner does big gestures. They may be small in comparison. Oh, you know, I heard about this snack and I thought you would like it, so I bought it for you. But he's very considerate in those things. So I think I mentioned, you know, and you've seen it firsthand. He's like that with YouTube too. He's like, you know,
you pick out bras? No. You know, it's real complicated. But see, it was actually real funny. It was real funny because I was out with the homegirl. Then she had did something, and then she had called me, and I was like, no, I don't want to fucking talk to you. So I hung up the phone, and then she was like blowing on my phone. And at this point, I was in the restroom, and then I had left the restroom, and I got in the homegirl's car, and we were going to the dispensary. So then we go. She's blowing on my phone, and she's like, answer me, or I'm pulling up on you. And I was like, you cannot, like, she doesn't really fuck with my home. Actually, this was the day she stopped fucking with my homegirl. She was really fucking with my homegirl already, right? So I was like, you cannot, like, you guys cannot pull up on me. Like, do not pull up on me. So I told the homegirl, I was like, pull over real quick. Let me answer this call. It's pouring.
You're out there.
I'm like,
dude, I'm trying to pick up right now.
Equal.
It's even out. You know, she got to pick around last time. It's your turn.
Yeah, I answered.
Oh, I would be too.
On the phone, right? So she goes,
yeah, some fucking way. Don't get me caught up.
Oh, no,
you're supposed to be her girl and defend her honor.
I'm like,
at least she didn't think you were cheating.
So always fucking reverse it. So then the
She always flips that
rose
shit.
reverse.
You didn't give me a chance
It was
to.
like,
But then again, she just wanted that initial reaction.
okay,
Wait, I
hold on.
thought you were in the car.
And I
Okay,
get out the
it's
to her.
not happening.
Sometimes,
Like, fuck you. You ruined our night.
and like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. All of these are like
"Huh?"
new feelings for you, though, too. So, like, you're like, oh shit, like, what do I do now? Because
Yeah,
nobody writes you a handbook to do.
it'd be fucking
There's no like
fuck out.
manual, and you're feeling these like for the first time. So you're just like, well, you know, I know logically like this is what I'm supposed to do, but like, does it don't feel right? Like, is this that weird, awkward?
Like, sitting back.
Yeah, chill.
So
You know what I've realized really though, that I'm a selfish person in a relationship.
see, I am too. Though. Really bad.
I'm a very selfish person. I want you to give me all of that, but I think it's because I give all of that in return in other aspects, but not in the way I want to. It makes any sense?
I just think it's.
I think in previous relationships, I've always given everything. And then in my current one, I don't know how. Like, I feel like there's seasons where people are like, okay, I'm ready for love. I'm ready to fall in love. I'm ready for love. I'm ready to settle. And I think for me, I gave that all to the wrong person. And I have the right person and I can't give that to them. That sucks. Do you know how much that sucks? Because in my mind, I'm like, if only I met you at that time and point, if only our paths crossed sooner, I would be able to give you all the things you need from me emotionally. I've given myself to and other parts of myself to other people, but not to my actual partner. I'm working on that, but I don't know how. It's awkward, it's weird, it's uncomfortable. Definitely, because it's like I question myself. I'm like, okay, can I hug you? Can I be around you? Are you sure if I do this first? Like, they're like,
I'd rather if I do this first. Like me, I'd be like,
What was that for you, though? Is it like the fear of embracing coming out? Or was it like, okay, I made this decision. I don't know how people are going to think or feel. Or was it just you? Because it's something new. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I know.
That's understandable. It's uncharted territory.
Yeah.
You're learning a lot about who you are in this relationship. And I know that if there's a day that this doesn't work out, you will learn a lot about yourself in that process. And if it does work out for the longevity, congratulations. But you have a whole future together to figure it out.
It's definitely going
to be the important part, though. So have you guys ever had those classic conversations, you know, what your future is like? If we had this together, we had this together.
Yeah.
What are those conversations like?
Don't worry about it.
I want to know. I'm your sister. I want to know. For us, it's always been buying a plot of land. It's always, we're going to buy some dirt. We're going to have some houses here, and we're going to have like a family compound. That's always been the dream. Has always been the dream.
Something like that?
Yeah, I want all that shit too. Did you tell her about out here? How it's like
I told her that there's nothing out there.
She's like, what do you mean there's nothing out there?
I told you that, remember? I think I told you that.
Yes, but is there an update? Are you coming for Thanksgiving? Christmas? I'll see you at Christmas.
Maybe.
You gotta at least come for Christmas. We'll find some cheap freaking Frontier airline flights. Or Allegiant flights. So you're gonna bring her for Christmas or Thanksgiving? No pressure. I was thinking the next time you come, if you do come for the holidays, we all make tamales. I'm funny. That's something new. No one finds me hilarious. I have no sense of humor.
She thinks she's
I'm starting to grow one. I'm very dorky. Always have been. Guys, hope you enjoyed our sesh today. Alicia and I are signing off. We're too lit to function.
Bye.
Go save Elise.